We got the Black Rose, aka Gerald over here.
On.
What are you gonna show him today?
Alright, we're doing our deck profile for Mechikabura,
Ooh, or what do you call him?
Meki Cabra,
Meki
or
Cabra?
Meki Chimichangas, or whatever you want to say.
All right, so show him. Make it chimichangas.
Alright, so the leader is essentially a wish leader, but like with a new twist. So for our balls that we're running for the deck,
Oh yeah, you gotta run like Dragon Balls. Huh?
yeah, essentially it's the same. So we run 3 of the Dark Dragon Balls.
Okay.
These are the ones that come inside of the set. And then originally I was running 7 before the promos came out, but then you could grab the promos. So I'm running 4 of these.
Woo! How much does promos go for?
I don't know, at least a few bucks each. But
Okay.
essentially what it does, because without these, the deck has a really hard time awakening early, and you don't have draw power. Because unlike a regular ball, you don't get to just grab 2 from your deck and draw 2. But with these, it's essentially the same thing. Basically, when your leader swings, you're gonna grab 1 and 1. You're gonna use this effect afterwards to ditch both and draw 2. So that's what this one allows you to do. Otherwise, this is just like a pseudo sensor beam.
Okay.
And then when you have 7 inside of your drop, then you can awaken.
You can awaken the leader.
And so then for our main part of our deck that we're running 4 of our Meki Cabras, Ritual at Hand.
Okay.
Basically, when you auto, play for 1 auto, draw a card, just recycles itself. And then for 1 black energy, you activate main. You can top 7 and look for either the Salsa, Shroom,
Mushrooms.
or your Toa.
Okay. So
And then it plays it out as well.
Oh, that's really good.
Without the promos, these were the other ways how you filled up your drop area with Dragon Balls. When you use the effect to play it, for if you had 2 Dark Dragon Balls inside of your drop, you can use 1 black energy, play it from your hand for all of these, and then you ditch 2 Dark Dragon Balls from your deck. So it just helps turbo your Awaken. So for your main part of your package, I'm running 4 of these.
4 salsas?
4 salsas. Essentially, what they do is these help you draw. Your whole deck is focused on controlling what your opponent has in their drop area and sending it to the warp. So when you're swinging with it, you get to warp a card from their drop, and then you get to draw a card.
Nice.
And then 2 of them, this one and the Toa, have the same effect that when you play them, your opponent warps a card from their hand and they draw a card.
Yeah.
They keep the same number in their hand, but usually what's happening early game, like most people know, from your opening hand, you're keeping the cards that you think are most important that you're gonna need early on. So if someone's making you warp one of your cards in your opening hand and followed by drawing it up, you're most likely warping something you planned on playing
later
within the next few turns.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So this one's a staple just because it's helping you draw more cards. Afterwards, we're running
the shroom.
4 of our shrooms. You can run 3. I like 4. Essentially what it's doing is the same thing. You get to play it for 1 black energy if you have at least 2 Dark Dragon Balls inside. And if you have 2 or more energy, when this card attacks, they take 1 card from their drop, send it to their warp, and then you can send from their battle area to their warp a 3 cost or less.
Good removal?
Yeah, good removal, especially for early game. Our Toa, we're running 4 of these because these cards are insane.
Oh, it's like, oh, what is that? Oh,
So Toa for this one, same thing, plays for 1 black. If you have 2 or more Dark Dragon Balls, when you play it, you get to warp any card on the battlefield. Doesn't ignore barrier, but doesn't have a specified cost. On play, they warp a card from hand, draw a card, and then it's also a blocker, so it's good removal, and it's a blocker for the next turn as well.
That's a really good removal.
Yeah.
Definitely remove anything when you want to.
And then,
what else?
For my unisons, my basic ones, I'm running the Black Smoke Dragon one.
Nice.
It's a real basic unison, but it helps you draw more, helps you control board, control their drop, and turbo out getting your Dark Dragon Balls to your drop faster with a -1 effect. It has Rejuvenate on it. Sometimes it comes up. I don't think it's the strongest unison, but it's definitely necessary for the deck.
Oh yeah, it's super necessary.
So for my Spice of Unison, I'm just running 2 of the Toas
Oh, what?
from the draft box, the Giant Force. I like it because it doesn't naturally gain a marker on its own, but you gain a marker from when your opponent's battle card leaves their battlefield from an effect. And a lot of these, like your Toa, your Shroom, are causing that to happen, so you're naturally going to gain markers anyway. So you're going to get to be able to swing because it needs 3 more markers to swing. And it's a 20k, so it's also hard to remove markers from. But then I really like the -4 effect to just steal a battle card. It's a nice thing.
Stealing cards. Doesn't the leader do that too?
Yeah, on Awaken side, the leader does that as well. So after you're done awakening, your active main is you bottom deck one of your cards, and you can take one of their battle cards 4 cost or less.
Woo! Steal your opponent.
I really like the wish effect to remove the 7 from your 7 Dragon Balls from your drop area from the game. What's nice with this leader is, unlike the old wish leaders, you're not forced to
Flip back.
You can stay awaken and still continue to draw on your swing.
And triple attack, right?
Yeah, and the cool thing about the triple attack is that your auto to draw when you swing isn't once per turn. So the turn you do that, it's a free draw 3.
Damn, pretty good.
So after that, we're running 2 of our 3 of our Dark Shenrons.
Ooh, that guy's pretty darn good.
If you can Unison turn 1 followed by this on turn 2, you're gonna like be really solid with your board control and your drawing. And then it also has a secondary effect that after you're done with it, if it's in your hand and you don't need to play it anymore, you can activate main, put it underneath your Unison just to help you with the rejuvenate
To
effect.
rejuvenate.
So for our boss monsters, we're running 3 of our Dark King Mechicabra. Plays it out for 4. A lot of these cards are playing based off of how many cards your opponent has inside of their warp. You're filling your opponent's warp up really, really quick, so this guy becomes live on turn 4. He has a really nice effect that when he comes into play, he sends your entire opponent's battlefield to their warp, and then he plays 2 battle cards of different names from their warp.
Oh, damn, that's pretty
So
darn
it's
strong.
also stealing cards as well. It goes along with the theme of the deck. And it's a double strike, 30k. After that,
That's like the boss card, huh?
yeah, it's one of our boss cards. Our other one
Ooh,
is
one
the
of them.
Dark Mask King.
Ooh, that guy's cool.
Yeah, the guy's really, really nice. You can get him out for your 4 cost as well, because again, you're filling up your opponent's warp. He's going through with a triple strike. What's the other nice effect that is, if they negate it, you get to burn one of their life anyway. So if you're putting them in a tough spot late game, they're forced to make tough decisions on
Damn.
whether they negate or
Yeah,
not.
I love that card.
We're running 2 of our Dark King.
Oh, that guy's good too.
They are King Vegeta. You get him out for 2. And then what's cool is you can either choose the effect to warp a card on the battlefield or warp one card out of their hand. Versatile. If you're playing hand control, I usually go for the board option just because you're controlling board pretty well. He's a double striker with barrier. His other cool effect is if he's rested and like your opponent's trying to swing at your leader, they have to warp a card out of their hand as well. So
Damn.
it just continues to apply pressure and make your opponent try to choose and decide what they're going to do with the cards
Yeah.
inside their hand to get rid of it. So for our negates, we're running our
Oh, just 3 of them?
Poutine. I sort of think about it as like a topo.
Yeah.
Most people weren't really running 4 topos.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
with how much this deck cycles, you're almost always going to have 2. When I was running 4, I saw it too early on and it just wasn't live
It was
because
like dead.
yeah, you play it and it's basically a -2 because to be able to activate the effect, you have to bottom deck a card out of your hand. So I'm only running 3. I could even run 2 and still feel like fine with it. It's very situational when I'm going to play it, but it is nice. It's better than Topo in that they have to warp 2 cards out of their hand instead of drop 2 cards.
Yeah, that's
So things like they can't just drop Rebrians or
Yeah.
the apes.
Yeah, the warping aspect is good.
After that, we're running
What else? What else?
3 of our
Ooh, look at that.
3 of our Supreme Kai of Times.
That
This
card.
card's so good.
So good.
Especially if they misorder how they're attacking, and if they have a battle card on board and they have their leader swing. If they swing with leader first, you negate it, and then you're going to warp the card that they have on the battlefield. It does come back afterwards, but you're essentially taking away a swing.
That's good.
Yeah, and then when it comes back, its skills are negated for that, like the end of that turn,
Yeah.
just so they don't get any on-play autos.
Yeah.
This card's one of my favorite. It's reduced down to 1 when you have a certain number of cards inside of their warp.
Yeah, that card's so good. That card killed me.
Yeah, that card's amazing.
What else?
Other
you got?
negates, I just like to throw in, not even a scratch. If you're in a bad spot where you need to
Draw?
negate or draw afterwards, I just like it.
Pretty good.
I'm only running 2 of the
I like the card.
negates for this
Ooh,
set.
what does that card do? I know it does.
So
some
it's
broken
one
stuff.
cost for a negate, and like other cards, other negates for this set, it's like a pseudo Senso Bean, and just that you can combo it away from your hand for 5k, but only on your opponent's swing.
Oh, only
opponent's
during
turn.
your opponent's-
Yeah, you can't like offensively combo.
Yeah,
it,
like
'cause
Senso Bean.
otherwise that'd be broken. For our super combos, we're running 2 of our Toas just because it's live really early.
Yep.
Just because Sparking 5.
Sparking 5, you throw your Dragon Balls.
Running
Okay.
2 of Reditas because it's
Really
an amazing
good.
super combo.
Ooh, the best.
There's so many times when this is like one of the few cards in your hand, you combo it away, you see another Vegeta, you get to combo away, draw
Oh, that
more.
saves you.
I've seen that, and then I drew into another super combo, so...
Yeah, the
Both are
Vegetas
pretty
are
good.
definitely really.
This I really
good.
like versus aggro. This like helps you out like
What is
later
the last
game.
card in your hand?
And to go with the
Ooh, sideways card.
controlling aspect of the deck, we're running our Heroine's Lineage, just still another card for 1 cost.
Nice. Steals your card. You never use that 5, huh?
No, not for this deck.
Woo! There you have it. The Machikabora slash
Lucky Chimichangas.
Meki Chickamachanga slash what was the other one you called it?
Meki Cabra.
Meki Cabra. Hit it up in the comments. Let us know what you guys think about this deck.
sir.
Shout out to Black Rose slash Gerald, and stay tuned for more super videos.
Every time I'm going in, double strike crit. Every time I'm going in, double strike crit. Double strike, double strike, double strike crit. Double strike, double strike, double strike crit.